Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching. My name is Coulter, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my very first CRICUT Maker project. I did a few test cuts yesterday for the first time opening up my new CRICUT machine, and they give you a little envelope with materials to make some test cuts. So I cut out this cardstock image here, and then I cut out this piece of fabric which they included. So today I'm going to attempt at making some vinyl stickers for some storage bins that we have in our garage that we just made over. I am a little nervous, but you got to start somewhere, right? So I bought this vinyl sticker pack from Amazon, and it's by Easy Craft, and they are just 12 by 12 sheets, and I figured I could just start off with black and make it really simple. I bought some CRICUT transfer tape, also from Amazon. I will link everything down below, including my CRICUT Maker. I was able to buy my CRICUT Maker on Amazon for $330, which I feel like is a steal. Other places like Target, Hobby Lobby and everything, these things go for like $380, sometimes $400, and I ended up scoring on Amazon and bought it for $330. Brand new, never opened box. It's the rose colored, which I feel like is really popular, so I was really surprised for getting it at this price. So here are the labels that I'm going to be printing out. These are going to be on giant storage bins that we have in our garage. I already subscribed to CRICUT Design Space, which is their either app or online subscription where you can have access to their fonts and a bunch of images and projects. It's free for the first month, and then you pay $9.99 after that. So I am just using their font, even though I have a subscription to PicMonkey where I make all of my thumbnails and everything. I decided to just make it easy and take everything from their website. So here I'm using, I believe the font is Impact, so it's nice and bold, and I'm going to be making sort of like 2 by 4 or 5 size labels, and these are going to be cut out of the material, and then I'm going to weed it off of the vinyl sticker mat and then place it, just the lettering, on the storage bins. So wish me luck, and let's get started. So here I've already placed the vinyl sticker onto the light grip mat that came with the CRICUT Maker, which is this here, the blue one right here. And I'm just going to be using the blade that already comes with the CRICUT Maker. I placed it right into these little slots right here. And now I'm going to click Make It to print out these labels. And this is what it's going to look like. You can barely see it because the mat here on the screen is dark gray and the letters that I have are black. It looks like everything's gonna fit, and I'm not going to change any of the settings here. I made sure to highlight all of the lettering and then click Attach, which helps to bring all the labels together so it'll cut them all at the same time instead of individually on different vinyl sticker mats. And then here I'm going to click Continue. Then it's going to connect to my maker. And then it says here to set materials. So now I'm just going to select here on the default most popular fabrics or materials. I'm going to just choose vinyl. And then it says here you can change the pressure if you want. And it says no tools are required. Load in your fine point blade and then press load. Since the blade is brand new, I'm not going to change the pressure. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that everything is set correctly. So I've got my blade, and now I'm going to press load, and then it says to go ahead and press the CRICUT button so it can start cutting. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but I am. Anyone who's done their first CRICUT project, you probably have to know how I'm feeling. So I'm going to go ahead and press this and keep my fingers crossed that it cuts it perfectly. While it's doing that, on your screen, whether it's on your computer, laptop, tablet, or phone, it tells you exactly what's happening to the machine. Okay, it's almost done, 98% complete. So now the unload button is flashing. It's going to push the whole mat out, and let's take a look and see. Wow, look at that perfect cut. Now comes the next part. We're gonna have to weed everything off of here. So I watched a ton of videos on Cricut tips and tricks on YouTube, and one of the things that so many people said was to flip over the mat and keep your material flat on the bottom, and then pull your Cricut mat up so that your project stays flat. So there you go. And then also to keep the plastic cover onto your Cricut mat so that it stays sticky and doesn't get dirty. And then here is my project with all of the lettering. And now what I'm gonna do is first just cut off this edge right here that doesn't have any cutouts so I can save it for future projects. Save as much as I can. There are also so many videos on YouTube with what to do with your scrap materials. So I'm gonna just keep all this and see what those projects are, because I think those would be really fun. I think I'm gonna cut out each of the sets of words and then peel off the negative space, because if I try to do that now, it's just gonna be a huge mess. So right now I'm just gonna cut out all the letters that are grouped together. Wait, the letter B came off. Okay, obviously this is my first time doing this, so forgive me. I've seen people take off every single letter. If it was just like the word baking, then you wouldn't have to use a transfer tape to put it onto, like if you were doing some kind of like a tumbler or something. But since I'm doing a lot of letters, I'm gonna keep all the letters on, put the transfer tape over it, and then put it onto the bins. There we go, my very first label. It looks pretty darn good. I'm so excited. So now I'm just gonna weed out the rest of the lettering and get ready to put the transfer tape on every single one. Now I'm gonna cut down the strips of the transfer tape, put it over each of these labels, and then stick it onto the storage bins. But I'm actually gonna try it out first with this one right here of baking supplies. Excuse my crafting table, it is very, very, very dirty. We'll just hide that. So I'm gonna put transfer tape over this one first and test to see if it is going to work out. So I cut out a piece of transfer tape from the roll, and now I'm going to take off the backing. I measured it perfectly so it fit over this sticker here. And it has grid lines, which is nice and convenient. Now, what I saw a lot of people do on YouTube was to fold it kind of in half and then place it down in the middle and then smooth it out so that there are no bubbles. Okay. So I don't have the other Cricut tools, so I'm just using this rubber, I don't even know what this is called, but it's helped to flatten stuff out and get bubbles out, and this is what I had on hand. So that's what I'm gonna do here. And this part is called burnishing. So you're gonna burnish the vinyl sticker letters onto the transfer tape. So when you take the letters off of the backing of the vinyl sticker, then it'll be on the transfer tape and ready to go onto your object. In this case, storage bins. Yes. The ones that aren't coming up right away, I'm just gonna press in even further so that it stays onto the transfer tape. Here we go. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay, here I've got my label. So cool. So here is one of the storage bins we have in our garage. We have a huge wall of them. We just made over our garage. We got new epoxy floors. You guys should have seen the before of this garage. If I can pull all of our footage together and show you the before and after our garage, you will be amazed. So here I have just a handwritten label that I put on a piece of paper and then secured it with packing tape. So I'm gonna take that off and then put on my CRICUT Maker label that I made. To make sure my vinyl sticker sticks really well, I'm gonna wipe down this area with some alcohol, rubbing alcohol. Learn that tip online because it dries fast and make sure that it's super clean. So now I'm gonna do the vinyl sticker. So I went ahead and put it on there as straight as possible. I didn't use any rulers or anything because it doesn't need to be super perfect. This is just our garage. So I placed it on there and I'm just gonna use this little card here to push it in. Moment of truth coming up. And there it is, my first storage label. It is a little crooked, but it's okay. Literally, it's just in our garage. No one's coming to see it except for us. So the reason why we went with black is because we didn't want any white labels to kind of stand out on the bins. Just a black label because these locks here are black as well. So we just wanted everything to kind of look uniform. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I am a newbie when it comes to Cricut making, so if you're a newbie like me and you want to stay tuned for the projects that I have upcoming, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, I'll leave everything that I used for the Cricut Maker along with the Cricut Maker itself down below in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!